Good afternoon. It is 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. We'll call the City Council meeting of the City of New Ulm to order. First item today is the consent agenda. Councilors, what are your wishes?
I'll move it.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 2.1 is a temporary on-sale intoxicating liquor licenses for New Ulm Area Chamber of Commerce.
I'll motion to approve the issuance of a 6 temporary on-sale intoxicating liquor license for the New Ulm Area Chamber of Commerce, 1 North Minnesota Street, New Ulm, for an event on Thursday, December 11th, 2025, subject to compliance with all city and state requirements.
Second.
Thank you. We do have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Under new business, item number is 3.1, ordinance number 2025-TBD, first consideration for schedule of fees.
Hi, councilors. This is the schedule of the 2026 proposed fee schedule. The fee schedule was sent to the department heads. They looked it over and made changes based on what was needed in their department. Some highlights of the changes. The tree trimming removal fee went up. There was some cleanup in the animal control fees. Increases to some cemetery fees. Increases in some fees under the construction and development section. And I will also note that a downtown parking permit or parking fee agreement was added. And then there was some small minor changes to fees in the public safety section. And then also the Park and Rec Commission approved their fees and the Library Commission approved their fees.
Thank you, Ms. Mira.
Yes.
I'll motion to conduct the first consideration of ordinance number 2025, amending section 2.99 of the City Code of the City of New Ulm relative to schedule of fees.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 3.2 is a professional services contract for Herman Monument reconstruction cost estimates. Mr. Schugel.
Thank you, Council President Betker, City Council. Looking for authorization for the city manager to enter into a professional services contract with McDonald and Mack Architects in the amount of $103,250. And that professional services contract would provide detailed cost estimates for the dismantling and reconstruction of select pieces of Herman Monument. This is what we discussed at your last work session. Staff has worked with the SHPO and McDonald and Mack and feel that this is a necessary next step in the process of the reconstruction project for Herman Monument. The cost with $103,250, there is $400,000 or will be $400,000 by the end of 2025 in that reconstruction fund for Herman Monument, and then currently another $100,000 allocated for 2026. We would expect, as detailed in the proposal, that we would have this proposal back within 8 weeks of a signed contract, and then could move on to next steps in hopefully early 2026. Happy to answer any questions that any of you may have.
President and councilors, I thoroughly understand this topic, and so I'd like to make a motion to authorize the city manager to enter into a professional services contract with McDonald and Mack Architects in the amount of $103,250 to prepare detailed cost estimates for dismantling and reconstruction of select pieces of Herman Monument.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Thank you, Mr. Schugel. Item 3.3, City Attorney Legal Service Rates Increase for 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve Flaherty and Hood PA's City Attorney Legal Services hourly rate schedule for the calendar year 2026 and the monthly retainer for criminal prosecution services at $9,775.90 per month, effective January 1st, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry. Item 3.4, conditional use permit for 123rd North Street and 318 to 326th North Valley Street for Christy Luce. Mr. Schnoberg.
Madam President, members of the City Council, before I get into the body of the report, I just want to note two things. We are dealing with one parcel of property, and on that parcel of property, there are permitted uses and there are uses that are allowed by conditional use. And so what we're considering today are the uses that are allowed as a conditional use. So the property, half block, this is 3rd North, this is 4th North, this is North Valley, you can see the railroad tracks here, and this is the alley. Okay, now the permitted and the conditional uses are going to be taking place in both buildings that are on the property. So the action that is being requested of the council is for you to, by resolution, approve with conditions a conditional use permit for Christy Luce, she's the applicant, to allow the operation of indoor commercial, entertainment, recreation land uses. And those land uses would consist of things such as children's play space, parent and children educational classes, and then rentable space for parties and for gatherings. This is going to take place on property that's zoned I-2, which is a general industrial zoning district, and is legally described as lots 8 through 14, block 3 north of Center Street. Planning Commission at their October 30th meeting unanimously recommended approval of the request with 7 conditions. An indoor commercial entertainment recreation is defined as an establishment providing completely enclosed recreation or entertainment activities. Accessory uses may include the preparation and serving of food or the sale of equipment related to the enclosed uses. Examples of indoor commercial entertainment businesses include bowling alleys, roller and ice skating rinks, billiard halls, swimming pools, theaters, and similar amusements. The anticipated size of the use, so this is a space inside of the 2 buildings, is 17,568 square feet. And the use would share that building space with the New Ulm Basketball Association, the Just for Kicks, which is the dance group, softball, baseball, soccer, and other sports-related activities. Now, those are the permitted uses that I talked about earlier. So our zoning ordinance allows them as a permitted use. Now, the conditional use permit and those uses that are permitted are not to take place at the same time in the same space. So you get, one use per space. So you can't have a soccer activity taking place with some type of children's class or activity. So one use per space. Each building will have its own restroom facilities, which will be shared by the various uses. The site has a gravel parking lot between the buildings. You can see that on the photo. And we estimate that you can get a total of 54 parking stalls there. There is an additional lot on the north side of the property. So the address of that is 326 North Valley Street. So that is north of the second building. And we estimate that you can get 35 stalls there. So the total is 90 parking stalls between the two parking lots. And our code requirement is 71 parking spaces, so they meet the parking space requirement. The types of businesses that we're referring to would be permitted uses in the B2, the B3, the B4 zoning districts, and also as a conditional use in the I1 planned industrial zoning district. There are entry doors, and both of each building has an entry door that will face this interior parking lot area, so there'll be easy access to the buildings and to the facilities within those buildings. The 7 conditions were as follows. The first is that the applicant property owner will pay the cost to record the CUP with the Brown County Recorder's Office. The second is that all business activities will take place within the existing buildings as provided in the application. Number 3, uses on the property shall comply with the City of New Ulm noise restriction regulations found in Section 8.08 of the City Code. 4, the owner will remove from the grounds and surrounding properties any debris or garbage associated or generated by activities on the site. Number 5, no exterior storage will be permitted on the property. Number 6, the interior sports recreational uses. Those are the uses that are being allowed by the conditional use permit, will not take place in the same location and at the same time as the sports and health facility uses. Those are the permitted uses. And then number 7, we have a utility issue to deal with because we now have 2 property owners. Currently, this building that is located here has a service that comes from this location on the other side of the alley, underneath the alley into the building. So we have a different owner here and a different owner here. So our regulations do not allow a common service serving, two different, or serving property that we have 2 different owners. And so the condition would read that the owner of the property shall terminate shared water and sewer services with the property located at 106 3rd North Street. So that's the one on the other side of the alley. Within 2 years of approval of the CUP, or the City of New Ulm will terminate the service and install a new sewer and water service and assess the cost back to the properties at 123rd North Street, 318 North Valley Street, and 326 North Valley Street. The legal description, again, being lots 8 through 14, Block 3, north of Center Street. That would conclude the staff report.
Thank you, Mr. Schnobreck. So my only question is in regards to what is the difference between an indoor sports, I'm trying to find it here, and then it might be on the previous page here, and like the health.
The indoor commercial, entertainment, recreation.
Yes.
Versus the sports and health facility uses?
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
So the sports and health facility uses are more sports related, whereas the indoor commercial entertainment recreation is more, I would say it's a less intense types of uses. It's classes, it's, activities for children.
Okay.
Those types of,
Okay. And then I do understand that. And then my follow-up question is, so if they are using just because I want to make sure I understand, the indoor sports and recreational, or the sports and health facility, you couldn't have softball and soccer going on at the same time, even though they could be separate spaces, right? So you can only do one sport at a time while it's.
one use, within the space that there will be within the building. The building right here will be divided into 3 spaces. And then the building to the north, right now, that's just one big space.
Okay. But so if they have different areas, you could potentially have basketball practice and a dance class going on at the same time. Okay, I just want to make sure that we're not trying to restrict, their ability to do things. And,
There are
okay.
4 activity areas at the present time.
I mean,
Perfect.
basically what it is if the sports facility is being used as a sports facility, they can't rent it out for a birthday party or some type of leisure class. But if Just for Kicks and Nuba want to do their thing in their space, they can do their thing in this space because that's the permitted use.
Okay, and that makes sense.
Good questions. And
Thank you.
I think this is a fantastic idea. It's a definite need for the city, and I appreciate people like Christy Luce for taking a risk here. So I'll go ahead and offer a resolution to approve with conditions a conditional use permit for Christy Luce to allow the operation of an indoor commercial entertainment recreation land use on a property located in an I-2 General Industrial Zoning District located at 120 3rd North Street and 318 through 326 North Valley Street, and legally described as lots 8 through 14, Block 3, north of Center Street.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Director Jorgensen, please call the roll.
Counselor Christian?
Yes.
Counselor Warmka?
Yes.
Counselor Schmitz?
Yes.
Counselor Mack?
Yes.
President Becker?
Yes, that motion carries. Last item of business today is item 4.1, report of claims paid.
President and councilors, I'd like to make a motion to accept the list of claims paid in the amount of $4,220,650.11.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Those in favor, signal by saying aye.
Aye.
That motion does carry, and with no additional business, today's meeting is adjourned. Thank you.